Are you new to yoga? Are you a beginner? If so, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. The first question, have you ever done a beginner's class only to find it overwhelmingly slow, overwhelmingly boring, and really, really cold? Sound familiar? Second question, have you ever done a yoga class as a beginner only to find it way too fast? You're surrounded by people that have a clue what they're doing, but yet you don't. And the class is deemed to be for all levels. You feel so overwhelmed, but yet you don't want to leave. You feel frozen, and it's just an all round awful experience. And you leave feeling so deflated because you really believed that this time, this was a yoga class that was going to change it for you. Sound familiar? Third question, have you ever, and do you ever still get a slight inclination, a feeling that you, in fact, are a superhero? No joke, right? But jokes aside, do you ever feel like you have an internal power, an internal strength, or you believe that there's something more that you can give, and there's more that this life can give you? Do you ever get that feeling, but yet you're never around the right people to inflate that feeling? You're never in the right place or in the right frame of mind for you to really tap into that feeling and really start believing in it? If any of those questions you've answered yes to, I'm going to ask that you take a seat and stay with me. My name is Laura, and I am the owner and the founder of Yoga Love Collective. When I first started yoga, I started in my local sports centre. It was on a Saturday morning. It was the only class I could do because of work. And it was grand. I enjoyed it. And it got me into this feeling that there's something more about yoga that I want to explore, and I want to do more of it. My circumstances changed. I ended up working in Manchester city centre in the northwest of England. And I started going to a hot yoga studio there. And I remember as clear as day when I first started to attend this yoga class. And again, the class was for all levels, so I thought I'd be okay. Sure, I've done a few yoga classes in my local sports centre. I had an idea what I was doing, only to find that I completely went in headfirst at the deep end. And I remember feeling like a rabbit in headlights in the middle of the class, 40 degrees heat. You can imagine if you haven't done hot yoga before. And it was a case of sink or swim. And after I left, I remember thinking, oh my goodness, what just happened? I wanted to cry, I wanted to run away, but yet I still had this feeling that there was more, and there was more to give, there was more for me to give, and there was more from this practice to give me. And so I did persist and I did continue. And I kind of wish now, when I look back, when I first started yoga, I so wish there was a class that I could access that wasn't a beginner's class, because if you're anything like me, quite stubborn, I like to kind of throw myself in there head first. So not a beginner's class, because it would have been too slow, too boring, too cold. I've been there and I've done that, and it just completely didn't capture my interest, right? But something in between, where it gave me this kind of it gave me the preparation, it gave me the foundation for Vinyasa flow. Yeah, for Vinyasa flow. And Vinyasa flow is a dynamic practice. It can be a dynamic practice. And this is the practice that I predominantly teach, and I love teaching it. I absolutely adore practicing it, and I wholeheartedly love teaching it. So I've created a course called Learn to Flow. And it is intentionally not called a beginner's class, although it is for beginners. Are you with me? So if you, like me, are a very keen person who likes to be challenged, yeah, who likes to be challenged and is curious about this practice of vinyasa flow, but have been put off in the past perhaps by the slower types of yoga, which just haven't got you captured. They haven't got you, and they haven't shown you perhaps that in fact you are a superhero. So this course really is designed to teach you the tricky transitions, what we're actually asking of the body as we move through Vinyasa flow, and why we do things, why we create repetition, why we move through salutations, the purpose and the function of this flow. And this course is going to give you the fundamentals, it's going to give you the groundwork so that you can come away from it with not only knowledge, but confidence. So that when you step into a flow class, yeah, be that hot yoga or be that a regular flow class, you're going to have a little bit more confidence to be like, okay, I don't know everything, and it's impossible, right? We're always learning. I'm always learning. We never stop learning. So that point never ends. The goalpost just move a little bit, right? So sure, at the end of the course, you're not going to know everything, but you're certainly going to have an awful lot more information in your toolkit so that you can go into a class with a lot more confidence, and you're not going to feel like a rabbit in headlights like I did. And what is really important that I want to portray in this course or get over in this course is that, yes, you walk into class with confidence, but you walk out feeling excited, and you also walk out of yoga feeling like a superhero. Yeah. Sometimes the superhero is vulnerable, and sometimes we feel, we don't always feel that way after yoga, right? Life is life. Life happens. Okay. But this course really is about giving you the fundamentals and about teaching you, it's about me teaching you the stuff that I wish that I knew when I first started yoga. So I'm going to give you all of my tips, all of my advice, as much as I can do in 6 weeks, so that you can, as I say, finish the course, go to a yoga class, and feel empowered, feel confident, feel empowered, and most importantly, feel excited about your yoga practice. Okay, so if this sounds of interest to you, it's a 6-week course that I'm starting on the 8th of June. I have 8 places to invite you here into my home studio in Darwin, in Lancashire. And 2 places have already been taken. So I advise you, if you're curious or you're interested, to get in touch as soon as you can. The full cost of the course is £95. The sessions will be recorded, as in I will be recording me, so that you'll have that content forevermore, so that you can refer back to it as and when you need to. And in addition to this, you'll receive an e-manual of all the topics that we cover, and we'll be looking not only at the purpose and the function of what's required from our body in our yoga practice, but also mentally, emotionally as well, and preparing ourselves not only physically but mentally, emotionally as well for our practice. We'll be looking at breath work, we'll be looking at meditation, but we'll be looking at creating a safe space for you, so that, as I mentioned, when you come out of this course, you'll feel equipped, you'll feel knowledgeable, and you feel confident to step into a yoga class and yeah, feel like a superhero. That's the key. So if you're curious, if you're interested, and this sounds like it's up your street, then get in touch. You can drop me an email on info@yogalovecollective.co.uk, and I'll be more than happy to send you some more information. I'm also looking, if interest is there, to open virtual spaces for you to join remotely. So if you're not in the area, but you would like to access the course remotely, then sessions will be held online via Zoom. If this is something that you're interested in, or you know somebody that would like to access an exciting beginner's course online, then please get in touch with me on the same email, and I will send you some more information. So much love. I hope to hear from you soon.